제 이름은 에스타 Nneka입니다. 저는 content creator와 한국 선생님입니다.
For Nneka, it started the way it starts for many, with a screen and a story.
Was sitting on that. That was what really made me fall in love with K-dramas. Oh my god! Like, it was so interesting, and I just from there, next day, I just went to borrow more. I just kept borrowing more and buying more. Like, I just became obsessed. I went on Play Store and then I downloaded Love Lingua Korean, then Korean, Egg-Bomb Korean. There are so many different apps. I basically became a Korean teacher. I started making notes on how to teach.
But Nneka wasn't alone. Look closely and you'll see it. Korean culture quietly woven into Nigerian life. From K-dramas to K-pop, from beauty routines to food trends. What began as a passing wave is now a global language of style, sound, and storytelling. And in Nigeria, it hasn't just found fans, it sparked something bigger. Students, teachers, pioneers.
I used to use YouTube to learn Korean. Like, I had so many teachers on YouTube.
But Nneka's story doesn't begin with Korean. It begins with courage. A teenage girl saying no to the script written for her long before she found a new one in another language.
Growing up, I saw a lot of people getting married like very early. Like, I just wanted something more. I didn't want to like end up in the village or something like that.
She said no to the path everyone expected. And in the silence that followed, she built her own future.
Financial independence is not something that women from my area know, like, or are very familiar with. So now I have a choice. I can choose what I want to do with my life, what kind of relationships I want to have with people.
This is the story of a girl from a quiet village who taught herself a new language and rewrote the rules of her own. This is Nneka, Esther, Nnanna.
So I was born in Ebonyi State in a village called Ndoji-Igbego, to a family of 9. We are 7 siblings and 2 parents. I went to school in the village as well, primary school, beginning of my secondary school. And basically, we were farmers and children of teachers and business women, like generally, that was how my childhood was.
Nneka grew up in a home where knowledge was a currency, and her father, the one who taught her how to use it. Even after he passed, she never let go of the dream to follow in his footsteps.
My father was a very good teacher. My father used to be a secondary school teacher before he moved on to become a lecturer. So growing up, watching him, he used to give us very difficult assignments. In order for us to ask him for something, we would have to write letters, he would correct it, and would make the corrections and things like that. So I think like seeing that made me want to like impart knowledge as well. So
whenever you look at Nneka, you see her father in her. Her father was a very brave man, an academia, very smart and intelligent. So she took over her father.
My mom was a very, 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 very serious entrepreneur. She used to run so many businesses. I think by the time I came to, she was already a hairdresser and a tailor and a baker, all in one shop.
But being raised by an entrepreneur and educator didn't shield her from another expectation, the one that comes for many girls as they turn 16 in Nneka's village.
I didn't want to marry early because even though growing up, I saw a lot of people getting married like very early. Like, I think my elder sister got married at 17, right? So when I turned 16, 17, I started getting suitors as well. I was like, okay, so this is not what I actually want for myself. Because in my environment, people just get married, they give birth to kids, and that's it. And from the books I read growing up, people went on to, like, so many women or young girls went on to the cities to become presidents of like companies and things like that. I just wanted something more.
But wanting more didn't come without a fight, not against strangers, but from within her own home.
So my mom, she kept insisting that, oh, you must marry. I think you have a spiritual problem. You're going to do deliverance and things like that. So we went through all these deliverances, speech talks, family meetings, things like that. And I just kept proving stubborn that, even after deliverance, there's nothing wrong with me, obviously.
Her mother was scared. And like many mothers, shaped by her own struggles, she couldn't yet see what Nneka saw. A different kind of future.
I didn't want to end up in the village or something like that. Also, I had also joined Twitter, so I saw a lot of conversations going on about feminism and things like that. So it really inspired me to just want more for myself. I didn't just want to end up as a young bride.
While grappling with the pressure to marry young, Nneka was charting a different path, studying biochemistry at Ebonyi State University, and unexpectedly discovered Korean TV.
The first K-drama I watched was Fashion King. In my year one, I met a Muslim girl from Nsukka. Her name was Zikoko. So we met and we became friends. I used to go to her house. So it was in her house, I saw her roommate one day watching a Korean drama, Fashion King. So I joined her. It was quite beautiful. It was interesting. The camera quality was beautiful. The movie quality or the drama quality was beautiful.
Friend's roommate later handed her a CD, City Hunter. That simple gesture changed everything.
That was what really made me fall in love with K-dramas. Oh my God. It was so interesting. And from there, next day, I just went to borrow more. I just kept borrowing more and buying more. I just became obsessed.
The characters drew her in, but she stayed for the language. And before long, she wasn't watching alone.
So I met Nneka at EBSU back in 2013-14 during our days as an undergraduate in Ebonyi State University.
So at a point, there was Somto, there was Keynes, and there was Nazim, and then there was me. So there were four of us. We nicknamed ourselves Made Men, Made Money. So there were four of us, 3 boys, and then me.
They became her chosen tribe. And soon, they were all watching Korean dramas together. One show at a time, Nneka passed on the bug.
So one time we watched a Korean drama that was called Heartstrings. I think it was him that borrowed me his CDs or I borrowed him, I don't know. But we watched it together. And then when we came to school, we were now talking about the drama. It was so exciting. So we were talking about how this girl loved this guy and he did not want to love her back, blah, 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 blah.
Let me jump in here for a second. There was a scene in Heartstrings where the lead says, Nachua heo, Nachua handagu, which means, I like you. I said I like you. Somto thought it meant something else. Nneka was sure she was right, and she was ready to prove it.
Nneka is the kind of person that she doesn't give up. So she went, because she wanted to win the argument, she had to go to the extent of Googling it. So she had to Google it, and then she was like, Upa, I told you. She said, I like you. For me, I was on the fact that I was on the line, on the part that was saying that she said, I don't like you anymore.
So we then brought out our phone and we started Googling, how do you say I like you in Korean? And then I saw answers. I was like, wait, I can actually ask this thing anything, and then I would get the meaning in Korean, the meaning, how to say it in Korean.
It seems small, just a scene, a debate, a Google search. But at that moment, something clicked. Nneka realized this language wasn't beyond her reach. It was hers to learn.
Just start learning Korean. You want to learn Korean?
To learn Korean fluently.
Tips on how to learn and study Korean.
Hold on, we can't skip an important detail. At the time, Nneka was head over heels obsessed with one of Korea's biggest stars. Yes, that's Lee Min-ho.
I was like, okay, this one I love Lee Min-ho like this. How can I even say I like you? I've already learned that. How can I say, can I take a picture? I'm a huge fan. It's nice to meet you. Things I just started Googling things like that.
Her love for Lee Min-ho became a gateway to something bigger. Soon, she was teaching herself how to speak, read, and write Korean.
I went on Play Store and then I downloaded Love Lingua Korean, then Korean, Eggbomb Korean. There are so many different apps. So the hardest part of learning Korean was finding people to practice with, and also finding good quality materials, well-structured materials to learn with, because I was learning randomly.
But she didn't stop. Even after graduating from university, Nneka kept learning. And over time, she met other lovers of Korean culture just like her. They visited Korean restaurants, practiced together, and even made fun skits for social media.
What happened? Let me just post that on Instagram for the post.
Oh my God.
This guy has not posted in a long time. He has not posted for a very long time. Isn't he so handsome?
Say na eyes they pay me and they waiting me this.
Of course, the skit had to be about Lee Min-ho. Then, in 2020, she entered a Korean speech contest hosted by the Korean Cultural Center in Abuja, Nigeria. And it changed everything.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 에스타입니다. 저는 나이지리아 사람이고 한국어로 공부하는 학생입니다.
Because of, they usually do it in person, but because of the lockdown, we had to record a video essay of us speaking Korean, like telling them why we love Korean culture.
Nneka's video essay won. She was named the best Korean speaker in the intermediate category in Nigeria in 2020.
After winning that competition, it was announced on their Twitter and their website and everything. So me, I was not active on Twitter then. So I now reposted it and people were like, oh my gosh, can you teach me? Because at this point I had already met other people who were into K-dramas and things like that. So people were now asking me to teach them, how did you learn etc. So I now just started teaching people.
That's when it began. Nneka officially started teaching Korean. And now she's pretty much a pro.
She came to me and said she wanted to do something different about this Korean thing. I said, okay, what was that? She said she wants to organize an online tutorial class where people can come and patronize, and then she teach them Korean. I was like, wow, are they going to pay? Are you sure you're going to make money out of it? She said, yes. But she wants to give it a try. Then she did that, and people subscribed to it. I was wow. I was like, wow. Did they really pay this money for it? She said, yes, and they paid in hard currency. I was like, wow, this is great.
This. Between Sumida and Bimida, which one are we going to use to translate? In present tense, formal Korean.
I sent her a message, a DM on Twitter. I said, oh yeah, sure, she can do it. I said, okay, let's proceed. Then we fixed a date and time to start. And I was expecting a kind of strict personality. But I kind of noticed she was more gentle to heart and kind of very calm. She wasn't even like, oh, I can speak Korean, I'm the teacher here. No, she brought herself down to a level you could relate with. So that made me understand that, oh, this is somebody I can get along with quite all right. So it made the first impression was very good because she didn't actually behave like a teacher. She behaved like someone that knows what she's doing, but is also willing to learn from what she's doing.
But what Nneka built wasn't just a classroom. She became part of a much bigger wave, one that's been sweeping across Nigeria for years. There are pop-ups, events, online creators, and full-blown festivals, like the Korean Culture Festival, one of the most vibrant showcases of the growing Korean culture in Nigeria.
The Korean Culture Festival is our own little Korea here in Nigeria. It's the one-stop shop for everything, like a genuine, authentic interaction with the Korean culture and language.
So what's fueling this connection between two countries half a world apart?
On a deeper level, and as I'm learning more and getting closer to the culture, I think the largest thing that I can point to as an attracting factor would be the similarities in culture. So we are very similar with the Korean culture. We're a conservative community as well. We're an age-grade community as well. We're heavy on family as well. And so those tenets of their culture and our cultures match. So it's like I've come to see it sort of like seeing a different version of yourself. And so that's very attractive.
And now that connection is showing up in the most unexpected places. like Nigerian cinema.
정이 여름이면 번호가 1 to 5 있으면 거기 있어. 그리고 6 to 10 있으면 여기서. 11 to 15 있으면 여기서. 그리고 16 to 20 있으면 거기서. 지금 시작해. 빨리.
Released in 2024, My Sunshine is the first mainstream Nigerian Korean film. Nneka wasn't just in it, she also worked as a translator on the film set.
My Sunshine is a production by Kem's Mama Entertainment, Momiwa, that I already knew, that is my friend. So it was from us making content. We used to make skits about My Sunshine before Momiwa decided she wanted to make it into a movie.
And so big. Yeah. Look at that fancy car. Whoa. 진짜 대박. 진짜 잘생겨서 어떡해. Yes, he's so handsome.
The film follows a Nigerian girl navigating school, friendships, and romance in a Korean Nigerian high school. It's a coming-of-age love story, but also a symbol of something much bigger.
The most exciting part was just getting to see like the script come to life. There are so many like talented actors, funny actors, beautiful actors and actresses that came on the set. That just seeing the thing come to life was the most exciting thing.
In Nigeria, the response was mixed, but in Korea, they loved it.
저희야말로 한국 문화를 사랑해 주셔서 너무나 감사합니다. 김재천 교수님 진짜 K 콘텐츠 및 대단하네요.
특히 이 나이지리아는요, 이 놀리우드라는 별명이 있을 정도로 영화 산업이 정말 많이 발달된 그런 나라입니다.
네.
Actually, we did not expect that. We expected that, maybe Nigerians would drag us on the internet and go viral in Nigeria, no problem. But the fact that it went viral in Korea so much that our favorite news channels carried it, KBS, NBC, JTBC, I just felt on top of the world.
For Nneka, My Sunshine wasn't just a movie credit. It was proof that what started as a teenage obsession had turned into something real, a career, a platform, a purpose.
These days, I'm Nneka Korean, Nneka. This thing, everything about me is Korean. Even when I'm teaching other foreign languages, it's still about me being a Korean teacher or Korean interpreter or whatever.
And maybe that's the most surprising part. It didn't stop at the language. What began with subtitles and scenes became a way of life.
I don't know if you can see how beautiful my skin looks. I use Korean skincare a lot because globally now they are the in thing. So I get the opportunity to get a lot of Korean skincare in Nigeria. Sometimes I buy it, sometimes I get them for free as an influencer, and I use them and I love them both morning and night. I use them. I get to eat Korean food. Maybe I go to a restaurant. There's a Korean Chinese restaurant in Nigeria, and then sometimes I cook the Korean food in my house. Sometimes the Korean Cultural Center in Abuja, they send Korean food ingredients and then with recipe books, and then I try them in my house. Sometimes, now there are some Korean shops, Korean convenience stores in Nigeria now. So you can buy ingredients major Korean food ingredients like gochujang, red pepper paste, kanjang, which is soy sauce, and other things that you can use to cook different Korean food.
Nneka has come a long way, from a teenager resisting early marriage and dreaming of something more, to a woman building a life from something most people never imagined could be a career.
Financial independence is not something that women from my area know, or are very familiar with. Because women from my area, they can be heads of their family, they can make the money and stuff, but they will not be recognized as the heads of the family. They would be expected to provide for the man, to provide for the family. I don't know if you understand. So financial independence as a young woman is something that is very, very important, because growing up, you would be expected to finish school, or even before school, you go and marry, and the person would take financial responsibility for you. Everything you need, you would have to ask it from somebody. But now, coming out now from that area and being where I am, becoming financially independent from a skill I taught myself, it has just shaped my view of what a woman can achieve as a financially independent person.
Now that she's older, Nneka is open to love and marriage, but only if it honors the life she has built. She knew early on that partnership couldn't come at the cost of her dreams.
Her story is so special for the fact that she single-handedly learned Korea on her own by watching Korean movies. That is so amazing. I never thought that someone can actually learn such a strange language on their own without any external interference or tutors from professionals. So it makes her story so special.
For many women raised in traditional homes or pursuing expected paths, forging a new one can feel impossible. But for Nneka, betting on something unconventional gave her the life and the freedom she always wanted.
Now I have a choice. I can choose what I want to do with my life, what kind of relationships I want to have with people. My relationships now that I'm building is not now based on what I can gain from people, but maybe how I can add value or how they can add value to me, or just simply how I can just love somebody frivolously without being calculative.
Today, Nneka works full-time at a Korean government agency, helping drive business partnerships between Korea and Nigeria. She still teaches, translates, and creates content.
Stories like Nneka's matter because success stories, success journeys, they are often romanticized. So it seems far off. It's some girl from a rich home or some boy with political affiliations. It's somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. But Nneka is literally a girl next door. I mean, if you know her, she's very girl next door, very down to earth. And so if you see someone who is like you do these things, then there's a place of encouragement for you. Oh, I can do this. You're inspired. And then not just I can do this, but I can do it well. I can do it with results because here's somebody who has done it with results.
For her family and friends, Nneka's success isn't just visible. It's personal. It's pride that you can feel.
I feel so happy, so good for her, for the height that she has attained so far. She knows I'm happy for her, and I'm so super proud of her. Her parents too, her siblings are happy. Everybody around Nneka is happy because of the heights that she has attained.
I admire the fact that she's courageous and she's very bold and she goes for what she wants. It's her dream, you get. So people might not see it, but she knows what she wants and she goes for it. Even when it seems like it's not working out, And then she's here now and we cannot say that we are proud of her.
What started with a screen, a scene, and a spark has become a full-blown journey of courage, culture, and career.
I think I want people to know me as somebody who helps Nigeria and Korea bilateral relationship, because I feel like bilateral relationship is very, very important for maybe two countries with similar cultures or two countries that are already interacting through cultural diplomacy, right? So in the next, maybe after a very long time, I wish people would know me as somebody who encouraged or supported bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Korea, and also somebody who introduced people to new career paths.
Nneka didn't wait for permission. She built her own path in her own language. She's proof that no dream is too niche and no passion is too unconventional to change your life.